I also wanted to talk to you about what you think about whether or not Ben is able to transcend these experiences by going through his art, and whether or not we see the plays, we see everything else. What do you think? How do you think Ben compares to the other versions of Dan Schneider? I forget. There's Manny Cole. There's the one from the kids' book. Forget Henry Matsumi.
Yeah.
Is that it? And then Danny Wagner. How do you think he compares to the other versions of you?
Well, you had said you thought this was the most like me. I would say there's not enough revealed about Ben to say that Danny Wagner has the most experience that we see. Um, he'd be probably number two next to Danny Wagner. Henry Matsumi is sort of an idealized other world version of Dan Schneider. Manny Cole is Dan Schneider gone wrong, but not serial killer wrong, just typical New York con man kind of wrong. Um, and so uh, the character of Ben is actually named after someone I know. There is a Ben Christensen, um, but uh, I chose that name because it's similar to Dan, and Christensen is a Norwegian name. I'm half Norwegian, um, and uh, I don't know if I think the character of Ben plays things close to his vest. Yes, we get into we know that there's three or four uh, female.
One one difference between him and Danny Wagner is Danny Wagner will argue and assert his points to it, but he's sort of just applying the George Carlin logic of watching the freak show happen in front of him.
Well, yeah, but he's
Um,
also at work. Danny Wagner and Manny Cole have vaster, more personal experiences. Like as you said, we don't see really Erica. We only hear about Erica, and uh, you know, in this book, Ben is the author of some of the plays that I've authored, um,
mhm.
and uh, but
But
we
I
get
mean, until they actually revealed it, this is why it stacks up on each other. But as you're reading this book, and I'm only talking my experience as I'm reading it, you don't really know whether or not he's a great writer until you see the plays and you see the edge of the show. Then it's undeniable.
Well, then, but see, that's one of the things Jessica was saying. Why did you put the plays in there? Well, I said I wrote them at this time, but also I do want to give the sense that Ben is someone who isn't just bullshitting. He's not. I mean, we get Ben as the everyman. Every guy. I mean, you're gay, but Ben is straight, and I'm straight, and every guy, like I said, there's three or four teachers that Ben says, if I was single and 15 or 20 years younger, man, I could go for her. She's cute. And there's the one teacher that he thinks is cute, but has a too wide of a butt, uh, and and whatnot. And those are the kinds of things that make him relatable. That he's talking about that. That also relatable as other times when some of the teachers rag on him, and